हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We will begin with the Shanti mantra. Om आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक् प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्व निराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेयोपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। We shall chant the fourth mantra of the 15th section. प्राणो हेवैतानि सर्वाणि भवति स वा एष एवं पश्यन् एवं मन्वानः एवं विजानन् अतिवादी भवति तं चेत् ब्रूयुः। अतिवादी असीति Ativadyasmiti bruyan napnuvita. Starting from Nama, the teacher pointed out the greater and subtler factors right up to prana. So prana is like a hub on which is sustain the entire universe made up of all these different factors like Nam, Vak, Manas, Sankalpa, Chitta, Dhyana, Vijnana, Bala, Anna, Apati, Akasha, Smara, and Asha. And this prana is is Bhagwan's para prakriti, and Bhagwan alone expressing through this prana is Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha holds the whole world in himself. He is all the Stula Sharir and Sukshma Sharir of all the beings are held together by Hiranyagarbha. So he is also indicated as the Atma of all beings. And all interactions happen in the prana itself. So prana alone gives to prana, prana alone takes. Prana alone is our father, mother, brother, sister, acharya, brahmin. When prana is there, we interact with a person. But once the prana goes, leaves the body just falls down dead. One doesn't call that body as father, mother. So prana alone is everything. And that is what is said now in this fourth mantra, कि प्राणो ही एव एतानि सर्वाणि, प्राणो ही एव एतानि पित्र्यादीनि सर्वाणि भवति. Prana alone has become father, mother, brother, sister, etc. Chalani sthirani cha, all other beings also, moving as well as non-moving beings, are all prana alone. In the animal, birds, plants, even in devatas, prana alone is expressing. In all the plants also, prana alone is expressing. In the plants, the karmendriyas, jnanendriyas, the antakarana are all dormant, but prana is expressing through them. And Ishvara alone is present in plants also. So the jiva in the plants are not able to express their mind, their intellect, their senses, but they are present there. Just like when we go to deep sleep, we are expressing only through prana. We are just existing expressing through prana. There is no awareness of the world, there is no awareness of the body. But when we wake up, we express through our physical body, our senses, our karmendriyas also. So the prana holds the entire world, and Ishvara expressing through prana is Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha alone is everything and everyone. So Sava Esha Pranavid Evam Yathokta Prakarena Pashyan Falataha Anubhavan. So Shankaracharya writes that one who knows this prana and one who experiences this prana, this Sarvatma prana, and one who manvanaha, one who contemplates on this prana, upapattivihi, using all logic. When we have to contemplate, we have to use our rational thinking, logic to comprehend what the Shastras are saying. So, upapattivihi chintayan evam vijanan. And through this chintan, we come to understand and we come to experience. So, vijanan upapattivihi sanyojya evam eva iti nishchayan. We come to understand that this is like this. We are convinced about the nature of that entity whom we contemplate and understand. So, evam eva iti nishchayam kurvan ityartaha. When we gain this complete conviction that it is like this, so manan vijnanabhyam hi sambhutah shastrartah nishchito drushto bhavet. That through manan and deep understanding alone, the meaning of the Shastras become clear. And one who gains this clear understanding, such a person is called Ativadi. So, Ata evam pashyan Ativadi bhavati namadi ashantam atitya vadana shilaha bhavati ityartaha. He is the one who knows everything right from Nama all the way to Asha, because he has understood what is beyond this Nama and Asha also. He has recognized this prana. So such a person becomes Ativadi. And further Shankaracharya writes, कि tam ched bruyuhu tam yadi evam ativadinam sarvada sarvaihi shabdaihi namadi ashantam atitya vartamanam pranam eva vadanti. One who has understood all these factors and one who can speak on prana with this understanding. And if somebody calls such a person Ativadi, Pashyan Ativadana Shilam Ativadinam Brahmadi Stamba Paryantasya Hi Jagatah Prana Atma Aham iti Bruvanam Yadi Bruyuhu Ativadi Asiti. So one who has understood all, starting from Brahma, starting from Hiranyagarbha, to a blade of grass, to all the beings, one who has understood the essence of all, one who has recognized that prana as one's own self. Prana atma aham iti bruvanam yadi bruyuhu ativadi asiti, and somebody says that you are ativadi, then he should accept it because he is really ativadi. He knows that prana which is beyond all these factors. Bhadam ativadi asmiti bruyam na apnavid. He need not hide it because he knows. See, if we know something superficial, we know only that. But if we understand something at a deeper level, then all the other factors which are at the grosser level are also understood. Just like in the world also, if one has graduated from some university, then the initial primary and secondary and what is learnt in our schools and all is also understood by that person because he has transcended all. He has, after gaining the knowledge of what is taught in first standard, second standard, finally he reached this graduation. Similarly, one who has understood nama, vaka, mana, sankalpa, all the way to asha, and then finally has understood prana, such a person is has become ativadi. He has understood prana and he knows everything which is lower than this prana. So Badam Ativadi Asmi iti bruyam. So he can say, yes, I am Ativadi. So Kasmat he aso apnavit. Why should he hide it? Yat pranam sarveshwaram ayam aham asmi iti atmatvena upagataha. Because he has finally understood that prana as I, that I am that prana. Pranam Sarveshwaram, who is Sarveshwara, he has gained identity with that Hiranyagarbha, has come to recognize his own self as not different from Hiranyagarbha. Such a person becomes Ativadi. Sarveshwaram ayam aham asmi iti atmatvena upagataha, he has recognized it as his own self. So thus Narad ji understood all this and he became quite satisfied. He thought that I had come here to know about myself. I had come here and I had inquired from my teacher that please teach me this Atma. And now I have understood my Atma as not different from that Hiranyagarbha. So after gaining this understanding, Naradji became quiet. He did not further ask the teacher to tell him if there is anything greater than this prana, because he understood that there cannot be anything greater than prana, and prana itself is indicated as my own self. So Naradji was pleased with that. But prana itself is not ultimate. Hiranyagarbha is not ultimate. Hiranyagarbha is indicated as Karya Brahma, as Apara Brahma, as Saguna Brahma. But Hiranyagarbha is not the ultimate. in the other Upanishad also, through the upasana, some special upasanas, we can understand and recognize that Hiranyagarbha, and after that we can attain the loka, Hiranyagarbha loka, the Brahma loka. But even after attaining Brahma loka, a person may again come back into this world. So attainment of Hiranyagarbha loka or Brahma loka is not the supreme attainment. It is not the ultimate. But our Naradji was satisfied with this. He thought there is nothing beyond. So he kept quiet. But then the teacher, he came to realize this, and out of compassion, the teacher wanted to reveal the highest truth to Naradji. Therefore, he continues. So in this 16th khanda, the teacher says, so let us chant the first mantra of the 16th section. Esha tu va ativadati yas satyena ativadati soham bhagavah satyena ativadaniti satyam tveva vijitnyasitavyam iti satyam bhagavo vijitnyasa iti. So the teacher says, okay, no doubt one who comes to recognize this Hiranyagarbha as one's own self becomes Ativadi, but the real Ativadi is one who knows the Satyam, who knows Satyam. Yeah, there is some internet problem, and now the power failure is also there. So it's not, there is it keeps on breaking in the Facebook transmission. So you can come on the YouTube. Okay. So in this 16th chapter and 16th section, the teacher tells Naradji that the one who knows that Satyam, he alone becomes the real Ativadi. He alone becomes the knower of the supreme truth. No doubt that you have understood this Hiranyagarbha, and relatively compared to all the lower factors starting from Nam all the way to Asha, you know them, and you can speak about this prana. Therefore you are Ativadi. But one who knows that Satyam is the real Ativadi. Shankaracharya ji introduces this mantra. So let us read his bhashya. Shankaracharya ji says, कि स एष नारदः सर्वातिशयं प्राणं स्वात्मानं सर्वात्मानं श्रुत्वा na atah param asti iti upararama. Naradji, sarvatishayam pranam, this prana, which is sarvatishaya, which is greater than everything. Greater than everything means greater than this whole world. This whole world is sustained by this prana alone. The world is sustained by prana. In Gita also, in the 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, कि जीव भूताम महाबाहो येदम धार्यते जगत, that through this para prakriti, that I have become the jiva and I hold the entire world. The whole world is sustained in me as Hiranyagarbha. So sa esha naradaha sarvatishayam pranam swatmanam. So this prana, he recognized it as his own self. Means he recognized that kshetrajna, and he understood that kshetrajna is not different from Hiranyagarbha. So pranam swatmanam sarvatmanam. He understood that sarvatma So Naradji understood that Hiranyagarbha as Sarvatma, as his own self also, is Swatmanam Sarvatmanam Shrutva na atah param. And having heard this, he thought that there is nothing greater than this. Na atah param asti iti upararama. He became silent. Naradji did not ask anything further. He assumed that I have understood what was revealed. What was revealed, I understood, and there is nothing more to be understood. I will change the, it is disturbing. Let me change. Hari Om. So I hope now it's more clear. So in the 16th section, the first mantra, Shankaracharya ji writes in the beginning that sa esha naradah sarvatishayam pranam swatmanam sarvatmanam shrutva na ata paramasti iti upararama. Narad ji, having heard what the teacher spoke and understood this prana as his own self, as that Sarvatma Hiranyagarbha as his own self, he became silent. Na purvavat kim asti bhagavah pranat bhuyah iti paprachayatah. Therefore he did not ask like he had asked before. He did not ask, is there anything greater than prana? Naradji was satisfied. And he didn't ask further. Actually, out of his own compassion here, the teacher then teaches Naradji. We have an interesting story also in the next chapter, the 8th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad, wherein Indra and Virochan approaches Brahmaji to gain the knowledge of the self. And the teacher Brahmaji reveals the self by giving an example. He says, you look into the mirror and what you see there is your own self. And Virochan, the king of the Asuras, he saw in the mirror and he saw his own body and he misunderstood the teacher as though saying that the body is the self. And quite satisfied with this knowledge, he just left the teacher and went back to his palace. Even Indra was satisfied and he was also leaving, but as he was going back to his palace, on the way he thought about what the teacher has said, and then he got a doubt that the body cannot be the self because it is destructible, it comes to an end, and knowing the body, nothing great can be achieved, nothing eternal can be achieved. So he again goes back to the teacher and expresses his doubt that this body cannot be the self. And the teacher then teaches him the nature of the Supreme Self through some more examples and through some more sadhana. And finally, Indra, after staying with the teacher for 101 years, he came to realize the true self. Here also Naradji got satisfied with his understanding of this prana and he became quiet, but he did not leave the teacher. And the teacher, having understood that Naradji, though he has not realized the Supreme Self, is convinced by just knowing this Hiranyagarbha. So the teacher continues to teach him. And what Naradji had understood was just a vikar of that Brahma. Tam evam vikara andrata Brahma vijnanena paritushtam atkritartham Paramartha Satyati vadinam atmanam manyamanam yogyam shishyam mityagraha visheshad vipracha avayam Aha Bhagavan Sanat Kumaraha. Long sentences. So, Shankaracharya writes, कि तमेवं विकार अंधृत ब्रह्म विज्ञानेन. Narad ji understood that Brahma only, but which Brahma? Vikara andhrita Brahma. The Brahma which undergoes modification, and Brahma which is andhrita. Andhrita means changing. The changing Brahma, the modifying Brahma, Naradji understood, and he became satisfied. Not the Supreme Brahma. See, for this, you can give some example of our pot only. So this pot is there, which can be understood as a pot, and which can also be understood as clay. Both the understandings are right. When we say this is a pot, it is a true understanding, but it is not the ultimate understanding. The ultimate understanding of this is when we come to know that it is clay. So what is this pot? Pot is a changing clay, means changing expression of clay. The clay itself is expressing as the pot, but as pot it changes. It is born, it gets modified, it gets broken. All these things, changes happen in the pot. But the clay remains unchanged. The clay remains same. Even before the pot is made, the clay was there. When the pot was being made, clay is there. When the pot is made, clay is there. When the pot breaks, clay is there. So clay is always there. So clay is Satyam. And the expression of clay as pot is Asatyam or Andritam. It's called Andritam. Unritam. Ritam is another word for Satyam. So Andritam, changing existence. Pot is also existing and clay is also existing. But the existence of the pot is such that it constantly changes. And existence of the clay is such that it doesn't change. So that's expression of Brahma as Hiranyagarbha is also Brahma only, but it changes. Hiranyagarbha is born, then Vaishvanara is born, then the whole world is born. And even while we are experiencing this world, everything keeps on changing. So from where this world is born? From Hiranyagarbha himself. And from where Hiranyagarbha is born? From Ishvara. And who is Ishvara? Ishvara is Brahma. So Brahma alone is expressing as Ishvara. Ishvara alone is expressing as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha alone is expressing as Vaishvanara. And Vaishvanara alone is expressing as all the beings in this entire world. But as an expression, this expression constantly changes. Therefore, it is called Andritam. And the change is called Vikar. Therefore, Shankaracharya writes, Ki tamevam Vikara Andrita Brahma. This word, Shankaracharya calls it Vikara Andrita Brahma. Vikara means changing, which has modified. Andrita, changing but still existing. Brahma. See, this I am stressing on this because many people or in many books, this word Andrita is generally translated as Mithya. Mithya is not a proper translation of the word Andrita. In this Gita Press book also, the translation is there in Hindi, which says कि इस प्रकार विकार रूप मिथ्या ब्रह्म के ज्ञान से संतुष्ट हुए अकृतार्थ तथा अपने को परमार्थ सत्या की वादी मानने वाले उस योग्य शिष्य को उस मिथ्या ग्रह विशेष से च्युत करते हुए भगवान सनत कुमार ने कहा. So the word Andrita is translated as Mithya, which is a wrong translation, and therefore everyone calls this word as Mithya, Mithya. It is very popular in the field of spirituality to call this word as Mithya. But that is a wrong translation and the wrong understanding. The meaning of the word Mithya is that which is false, which doesn't exist. A false thing is called Mithya. Like, for example, if somebody sees a snake on a rope, then that snake on a rope is false, because what lies there is only rope, not a snake. But to think that there is a snake is a false understanding, and to see a snake there is a false drishti. Suppose somebody says that, oh, I saw a snake in that room. Then the other person goes there and he checks it out and he just sees a rope lying there. So he says to the person who has falsely seen that snake, he tells him that there is no snake there. It's only a rope. What you saw as snake was false. It was mithya. So because that snake is not there, therefore it is called mithya. But this world is not mithya because world is there. World is pursued through our senses. The world is pursued through senses. It is understood through pratyaksha praman. And pratyaksha praman is accepted as valid in Vedanta. For example, suppose somebody goes to the room and sees a pot, and he comes out and says that, oh, I saw a pot in the room. Then I go to the room and I also see a pot. And I say, yes, what you saw is true. There is a pot. Nobody says that the pot is false. If you see a pot, the pot is not false because it is there. The pot is there. But the essence of the pot is clay. One may not know that clay. Similarly, what we see as this world is true. It is there. But what we know as the world is not the complete knowledge. Because the world is really Brahma. So here the teacher reveals this world as Hiranyagarbha. So he takes Naradji to a very high level, but not the ultimate level. He says this world is Hiranyagarbha. But then thereafter, the teacher will teach Naradji that this world is Brahma. Hiranyagarbha is also Brahma. So world is not false, world is not mithya. Many people quote the mantra Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. But this is not said by Shankaracharya ji anywhere. Shankaracharya ji doesn't advocate this false knowledge. So the translation of this Sanskrit creates a lot of confusion if it is not translated properly. So Tamev and Shankaracharya ji in one sentence itself, he has used both the words Anrita as well as Mithya with different meanings. So here first he used the word Anrita for this world. He says that this is Vikara Anrita Brahma. This is a modifying, changing Brahma. Brahma is existence. So this is a changing existence. So Tamevam Vikara Anrita Brahma Vijnanena Paritushtam Akrutartham Paramartha Satyati Vadinam Atmanam Manyamanam. So after knowing this Vikara Anrita Brahma, Naradji became very satisfied. Though he had not attained that supreme fulfillment. But he came to understand himself as Ativadi. He came to understand himself as a knower of everything. That I am the Paramartha Ativadi. That I am the ultimate. I have understood the ultimate truth. I have recognized the ultimate truth. So thinking that I am the Paramartha Satya Ativadinam Atmanam Manyamanam. So the teacher, having realized that Naradji has misunderstood, and he is a Yogya Shishya, he is a fit student, but he has misunderstood. So the teacher, out of compassion, wanted to remove this misunderstanding from Naradji's mind. Manyamanam Yogya Sishyam Mithya Graha Visheshad. Because what Naradji has understood was mithya, was false. Here the teacher Shankaracharya uses the word mithya. So in this one sentence itself, he has used the word Anrita, which means changing existence, and mithya means false. But this mithya word he uses for Naradji's understanding, which is false. And in the translation, both these words are translated as mithya only. So mithya agraha vishesha. Naradji had gained false understanding, false knowledge, viprachavayan aha Bhagwan. To remove that misunderstanding, the teacher Sanat Kumar, he spoke and he revealed this further knowledge to him. So this world which we see is called Anrita. It is Brahma only, but changing Brahma. It is experienced as changing. And to misunderstand anything is a false understanding. That false understanding is called mithya. So Naradji had falsely understood this changing world as though it is supreme. He understood that what he has understood itself is the supreme. Means Naradji understood only the pot, not clay. So the changing pot itself he understood. Now the teacher wants to teach him about the clay, about the supreme truth. Therefore, Eshatu va ativadati yam aham vakshami na pranavit ativadi paramartha tatha. So the teacher tells Naradji, what I will now tell you, and one who knows that, Satyam, he alone is Ativadi. No doubt you are also called Ativadi in a relative sense, because you know Prana, and you know Prana as greater than Nama, Vaka, Mana, etc. Therefore, from a relative standpoint, you are indicated as Ativadi, but one who realizes that Brahma, which is the term used for Brahma here is Bhuma. Bhuma means that which is infinite. So yastu bhumakhyam sarvati krantam tattvam paramartha satyam veda so ativadi iti atah. So one who knows that Bhuma, which is sarvati krantam tattvam, which is the supreme tattva, which is beyond everything, which is Paramartha Satya, which is called Paramartha Satya, which is the supreme truth. So this world, which is constantly changing, is also called Vyavaharik Satya, because it is also Satya, but Vyavaharik, with which we can transact. But it is constantly changing. It is not the ultimate truth. So the ultimate truth is Brahma. So we have to realize this world as Brahma. If we just realize this world along with its names and forms as Nama, Vaka, Mana, Sankalpa, Chitta, Dhyana, etc., then we have only realized the relative nature of this world. But when we come to recognize this world as Brahma, then our understanding will be Paramartha. So Paramartha Satyam Veda, so Ativadi iti ata aha. Therefore the teacher says. See, I am stressing on this because almost 99% so-called acharyas, teachers of Vedanta, they keep talking about this world as mithya. They keep saying that this world is mithya, means it is wrong, it is false, it is not existing. And if you understand this world as mithya, then the very chance of recognizing and realizing that Brahma is lost. if I want to know the clay and if I throw away this pot as false, then I will not have the chance of recognizing that clay. If this, because through this world only we can know that Brahma. So, having said this, by talking about this world as mithya, people then what they know about Brahma is just imagination. They know an imaginary Brahma, and they use terms like consciousness or pure consciousness, which also is another imagination. Because we can know Brahma only by holding on to the known, what we know through our senses and all. Through that only we have to approach that Brahma. But this alone is rejected as mithya. We will never know that Brahma. So in this first mantra, the teacher says, Eshatu va ativadati, yes, satyena ativadati. That one who knows this Satya, this supreme Brahma, which is the ultimate Satya, he alone becomes Ativadi. He alone becomes all knower. See, like some person is expert in knowing the different ornaments. So he is also called a knower of ornaments. But one who knows gold, he is the real knower. Because the essence of all the ornaments is gold only. Similarly, one who knows prana, he is the knower of this world, but one who knows that Brahma, he is the real knower. So satyena ativadati, soham bhagava satyena ativadaniti. Then suddenly Naradji realized that what he had understood was only not the ultimate. So he requested the teacher and said that I also want to know that Satya. I just don't want to be satisfied with Anrata, but I want to know that Satya. So the teacher says, Ki Satyam tu eva vijitnyasitavya. You inquire and have the desire, jidnyasa, to know that Satya. Because only through inquiry, only through that deep jidnyasa to know that Satya, we will be able to know that Satya. Then again Naradji says, Satyam Bhagava Vijitnyasa iti, that I have this desire now to know that Satya. I have that jidnyasa to know that Satya. I want to know that Satya. We will read Shankaracharya's bhashya on this mantra. Eshatu va ativadati yah satyena Paramartha Satya vijnanavat taya ativadati. Soham tvam prapanno bhagavan satyena ativadani. Tatha mam niyunaktu bhagavan yataham satyena ativadan iti abhiprayah. Yad evam satyena ativaditum ichchasi satyam evatu tavat vijitnyasitavyam iti uktah aha naradah. Tathastu tarhi satyam bhagavo vijitnyase visheshena nyatum ichcheyam tvattoham iti. We will understand this in our class on Friday. So till then, you take care. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy. Do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again. Understand the terms like Satyam, Andratam, Mithya, properly, because one misunderstanding and our whole thought process will go in a wrong direction altogether. So please understand everything properly, and more we will see on in our class on Friday. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Bole Siya Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.